Hi guys, I hope by now you're starting to understand that a lot of the teachings that have been given to us and passed down to us have only been half of what you actually need in order to be a self-sustaining individual. And rather than waste our time using drugs and alcohol to heal, why don't we start using it to create? And that's the biggest thing that we're facing right now is like, we're so mean and horrible to one another, and we think we're so intelligent, but today I'm going to discuss what intelligence is and looking at different forms of intelligence, because it's not that you're stupid or that we're told by external people, i.e. when I was a kid, they were like, oh, she has to repeat subjects and she's not. I just wasn't interested in what they were teaching me, and maybe I had a different level of intelligence that they weren't actually developing. And that is part of the biggest problem that we're facing in our current society, is that we're all very intelligent individuals in different areas, but because the empire's education system has categorized us, either you're mathematical and logical or you're linguistic and that is it, and anything out of that IQ system is stupid, then what that's done is it's really put us all down. Alienated, again, shame, feeling like you're in competition with everybody, feeling like you're not good enough, feeling like you haven't got these skills that everybody else has. I've got news for you, you've got them. It's just a matter of how you develop them. And the biggest way, again, going back on the last set of videos, I've tried to deliver them to you in small pieces so you can slowly bring consciousness and awareness into your everyday living, and again it becomes like a lighter. Then you can start to have that fire that you need to burn and cook what you want to cook. So I'm going to introduce let's go back a step. Originally I was always thought that there was two types of intelligence, and that was intellectual and emotional, and I did believe that most people lacked the emotional intelligence, and that is just due to bad parenting and training from the generations that are passed down to us. It's not our parents' fault, it's not the generations, it's the education. And it's how we start to come together and fight for the right education so we can start to really excel, and then start to actually, like I say, create, rather than I need to heal, because we're going to spend forever trying to heal if we don't fix the actual problems. So I'm going to introduce Howard Gardner, and I do suggest that you also look at other psychologists. I'll put a list down, because it's very important now to understand that you no longer need a referral. You don't need to seek anybody's approval. Every piece of information you need to know about you is online, and I urge you guys to start seeking these answers about you, and then how we collectively can start changing these systems so our future generations don't suffer like a lot of us have. And I'm really fortunate compared to a lot of people, and I can guarantee you there are men and women all over the world who are completely oppressed, completely pigeonholed into this stupid box, when it's not true, because they do test as an IQ test, is, like I say, your mathematical, logical, or your linguistic. Now, what they've forgotten is our musical, our spatial, which is our visualization, our body, because I can't even say it properly, but you guys know what I mean, like our movements, the naturalist in us and how we interact with our environment, our interpersonal, and then our intrapersonal, which is with yourself. And because these skills or these forms of intelligence aren't actually taught to us, we feel very stupid a lot of the time. And I can tell you, I've got no musical talent. I ain't got no rhythm, no beat, and 2 left feet, but I don't care, because there are others out there who are intelligent in those areas and are fully developed and can then help us deliver that. I will be going into sound and vibration in tomorrow's episode, because it's time for then how we're going to start making these changes happen. And it comes with bringing intelligence to the table. You know, it's all good and dandy for us to say, oh, it's not fair and this and that. What's not fair is that none of us, every single one of us, knows what the problems are. What's not fair is that we're still fighting over silly little differences, not understanding that we have to be different, otherwise we will not grow. So, you know, I really feel that it's something that needs highlighting, and in order for us to start becoming aware of all the tools around us, we need to start developing our intelligence. Number one, on an emotional level, now you know a lot of why you're feeling the way you're feeling is not you, and how we can start fixing that. We need to be more forgiving on ourselves and more forgiving on others. Forgiveness, I struggled with that one, but it's really about you understanding that we can't change the past. All we can do is educate ourselves moving forward, and then make sure that people don't go through the same things that we've had to go through, the same oppressions, the same depression, the same everything. It has to change, and it changes with us, and it's us taking on these social responsibilities, and they're small, and the power is in numbers. So, again, going back to, let's just pretend, I don't know, a naturalist one. I could go out into the garden on my own, and I could sweep and I could dig, and it could take me months to do one thing. But if I had a team together, we could get that done really quickly, because the power is in numbers, and with us coming together intellectually rather than just this surface of I'm right, we're all right. But the trick is to shut up and get on with it. We have to look at our differences as just that. They're there for diversity purposes. It would be very boring if it was any other way. And if we were all intelligent in music or in linguistics, it would be boring again. We need these diversities, but we also need to strengthen those intelligences within ourselves. I've given you quite a few on the intrapersonal, because I do believe that that's the baseline. You are the base, right? Once your base is strong, build it on sand and the tides are going to come up and knock it out. But if it's built on concrete and you know who you are and you're solid in that, you can move forward, not feeling ashamed, not feeling alienated, not feeling stupid anymore, but empowered, because we are powerful individuals. And it's not like, no, we have the ability to choose love or hate. And with love comes understanding, forgiveness within you, yourself, and then others. And rather than trying to focus on the hate side, where we're always just focusing on healing, the love can help us create. And it's how we start to look at, all the different ways we can bring that together. The sound environment page on Facebook, I will be updating with petitions, with all sorts of things, because like I say, it's not just people. We need to look at our overall environments. The bees are dying, our oceans are completely polluted, our rubbish and recycling needs to be sorted out. There are so many areas that need to be sorted out, and it's time for the empire to strike back, and that's us. We have been oppressed by empires for the last 2,000 plus years. Not anymore. We have the power. The power is in numbers, and it comes from us becoming intelligent enough to realize that we have it at our fingertips. So please like, share, pass this on, and get the message out there. Thanks.